Aloha, good afternoon, good evening, good something. This is Andrew Aloha live out of Flagstaff, Arizona with Spiritual Productions on Facebook Live. Not sure what's going on with the Facebook Live stuff, but anyhow, start out this up with a moment of silence for all those people in Sri Lanka. Yesterday, for those of you that don't know, there was a bombing in Sri Lanka for Easter Sunday, which is pretty pathetic that people would want to act on Easter of all days. So anyhow, I want to go ahead and take a moment of silence, healing to all these people. Send out your prayers to these people. Today's Monday. Today's Earth Day as well, and all that. But I want to send out some love and light to these people. Really, get. You see, my glasses are all screwed up, but you know, just send them some love. And even though their conscious mind may not know it or understand it, their subconscious will. So we'll go ahead and start now, and then come back, and then we'll talk about Earth Day. So we're back, and we're here in Flagstaff, Arizona. It's overcast today. It's been cold in the 40s, 50s. Today, I think the highest was today the highest was 61, and it's in the 40s. But at least it's warmer than it has been for the winter time, so that's cool. In the meantime, today is also Earth Day, so I don't know if you did anything to honor and celebrate Earth Day. Clean up around your yard, so get cleanups, all kinds of stuff, and to honor and celebrate Earth's birthday. I don't know if it's what day Earth was yesterday or today is as good as any, right? So why not? So I consider today Earth's birthday, and happy birthday, Mother Earth. Hope you had a lot of fun today. Being you, right? So let me see. Along with all that, this whole weekend, it's been a really full-fledged weekend, man, really active. A lot of, in fact, I was just reading somewhere, I can't remember where, there are several that have been breaking up. Let's see if I can find that. One of those couples is actually a surprising couple. I was actually very surprised when I found out that they were a couple and they were getting married and they got married and all this. Skylar Astin and Anna Camp from Pitch Perfect, Pitch Perfect movies. But I believe, I'm almost sure they've been in all three of those well, no, two of them. The first two, they were both in them, and then the third one, Anna Camp, was in it as well. But anyhow, there's been a number of parties that have been breaking up over the weekend, and Friday was the official day that they broke up, or announced that they broke up, I guess. So anyhow, that's besides the point. So anyhow, I went back, as an astrologer, as a relationship consultant, coach, whatever you want to call it, and looked over some of the stuff. A lot of the pictures, mostly, is that when I look at pictures, I can see a lot of stuff, emotions or energy or whatever. And if you go back and look at the pictures of these guys, Skylar and Anna, you can see that she's still very in love with him. I believe that that's a safe phrase. I still cares about this guy, but if you look at the pictures of him, he's all bent out of shape. He's like in pain for whatever reason. He's in pain. I don't know. Maybe he caught her cheating, or I don't know what the problem is, but you can tell he's in a lot of pain over something. So now, astrologically wise, and I didn't take the time to go look at their charts, but astrologically wise, I can almost bet you that Skylar has got Taurus in his chart. Now, I don't know if any of you remember, but last May of last year, Uranus went into Taurus. And then it went out of Taurus again. It went backwards. It went reversed, and then went back into Aries. It was in Aries initially for almost 7 years, and then it went to Taurus, and then went reversed, and then went back into Aries, and then about 3 weeks ago, Uranus went back in Taurus again, and that's when these guys, I believe, officially broke up. That's what I think happened. So if I'm correct, and Skylar has Taurus in his chart, I believe that he's gonna have a jolly good time for the next 7 years at least. So whatever's going on with Skylar, it's not gonna go away. So the dude either needs to with his shit and get over himself, get over the pride. This is the thing of pride. I'm almost sure of it. Either he needs to, or he's not going to be a happy camper for the next 7 years minimum. So if my suggestions to you, Skylar, I would get over it, because others going to get over you, and you're not going to have fun at all. So Anna Camp is one of the hottest babes, one of the hottest women, hottest celebrities in Hollywood. And dude, you're breaking up with her for what reason? Because of pride? Oh, come on, dude. Get over yourself, because if you don't, it's going to get over you. I guarantee you, or your money back, right? So if I was you, I'd suggest yourself. Now, I did inquire as to whether or not these guys were soulmates, and I got to know that they weren't actually soulmates. So it doesn't matter if you're soulmates or not. You got history with her. That, from what I understand, you only have one other lifetime with each other. So you have some history. If I was you, I would really, really, really get a grip of yourself, get a hold of yourself, and get through this pain, because I think you can go back to her, and she'll accept you, and you'll be fine if you get over your pride and get over this pain, whatever it is. And in the meantime, if you don't like her messing around, which is, I think, probably what happened, then establish an open relationship. Establish a polyamorous relationship. If you don't like the rules of the game, then change it. Change the rules, right? And you can still hang out with each other, be with each other, be involved with each other as on a polyamorous level, and you'll be fine. I'm sure of it. You know, you can go out with other lovers, and she can go out with other lovers, and you can still be back. And it's like a dolphin pod system. She's your main squeeze, and you can still have other squeezes, and then you know, at the end of the day, you have at least somebody to cuddle with and you with for the night, right? Who cares? Who cares if you have other lovers as well? As long as you're getting along and you establish boundaries, you establish commitments, then you'll be fine. No blaming, no complaining, no lies, no threats, and no name calling. Be productive, be creative, be supportive, be appreciative, and be of service. You'll be fine. It's all a team. But if you don't know what the rules are, if you both of you don't know what the rules are, of course you're going to get pissed off. Of course you're going to. She broke the rules. So we establish back together and we set those boundaries, and then you'll be able to get along just fine. I guarantee you. Or your money back, right? So again, it's Earth Day. Spring is now officially in. Time to get those bathing suits out. Time to get those shorts out. Time to get those good places to go swimming at and go hiking at. It's that time of year, folks. So unfortunately, the weather here in Flagstaff doesn't understand it because it's still cold here. But that's anyhow. Now another thing that's been going on, and I don't know if this has to do with Uranus and Taurus, but I've been connecting with people I haven't talked to in years. I want to give a shout out to Chris Schwartz from when I was growing up. We haven't touched for what several. I'm going to say several years, but anyhow, it's been a while, and we'll reconnect and some stuff about some stuff he remembered when we were growing up, and I thought, wow, I haven't thought about that. I just remember Chris. He's like, you know, he used to be a big guy, and I think he still is. But he was one of the comics in town, right? Yeah, oh my God, we had some laughs. But that's anyhow. Connected from acting school, from one of my old schools. So it's been interesting to reconnect. It hasn't been like a full-fledged, ongoing conversation for all, for 4 or 5 hours, but it's been some little things that just kind of make you reminisce back in the past. I don't like living in the past, and I don't like living in the future. I like staying in the present as much as possible. A lot of people have a hard time doing that, but that's the best place to be, right? If you want to be real with yourself, real, and if you want to be real with other people, then the best thing to do is just be in the present, be in the moment, be here right now. So anyhow, I've been just kind of laying low. Finally got my taxes done, and for those of you that haven't got your taxes done, well, I don't know. If you don't have to do your taxes, then I guess it doesn't matter. But especially if you owe a lot of money, then the interest will start picking up, right? So one of my next projects is I want to start getting some theaters and working with setting up the hypnosis show. I wasn't able to get that off the ground, but Um, I'm still working with the idea of doing that, and then also getting the Ascension show up, the radio show up and going. So, um, and because I'm still dealing with the health issue stuff, it's things have really slowed down, like really slow. And so, aloha, Linda. Thanks for bye. Um, so I'm just taking everything one day at a time, and it's really a lot slower than I used to. Oh my God, to wake up. As soon as I woke up, I was up and gone, and I wouldn't stop till midnight. And I would wake up 6, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, and I was up and gone. I mean, all day long, I would just be doing all kinds of stuff. But now it's tell me, slow down, Andy. And I'm telling you, this is really, really slow compared to what I used to do. But anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and get into the movies that I've watched over the last few days, couple weeks or whatever. Now, what I've done is in the comment section, I put the movies that I've watched, and I'm going to review right. But so I decided that I'm going to put them into three sections. Thumbs up, 2 thumbs up, right? For the worth watching, and even though they're worth watching, they still may not be Academy Award winning movies, but they're fun movies to watch or interesting movies to watch, just because they have some interesting technology or concepts or just whatever. Yeah, right, exactly. We are getting older, and then so anyhow, the first movie that I want to go over is Bumblebee, and Haley Steinfeld from so and you know, when you find a movie that you like and it's interesting, and then you find that actor or actress in another movie, you want to watch it in the beginning. And I was right. It was a fun movie to watch. Interesting. The Transformer. That's what I forgot to put in there. Um, um, Time travel. I don't know that I talked about time travel from the last, and I'm gonna put in my thing right now, because I want to talk about that. I've been watching several time travel YouTube videos, and there's interesting stuff that these people are going over. Some of these, again, I've said this before. Remember, even though there's some guy, let's say, and does a whole review or a whole lecture about time travel. I traveled into 2033. So what? So what? Even though their perception, their universe is in one direction, that doesn't necessarily mean that all of us are going to be living exact same universe or situation. Some of these people talk about World War III, about all these people blowing up. The latest time travel video that I watched, one of them, this guy talked about being in 2033, and he sounded more authentic than anybody that I've come across. And he talked about there being no wars, no World War III, about robots. Robots will be used to help in nursing homes, to help with I don't know, cooking, all kinds of stuff. And then now one of the things that all these time travel videos mentioned was 28. Time travel is going to be commercialized. People are gonna get in jets or something that looks like a jet, like a 747, and then they're going to time travel to wherever, like a vacation. They're going to time travel in the form of vacations. They're going to travel to space, to the space stations, to Mars, to the Earth, and they're going to colonize. If you go there now, physically go there now, I believe chances are you're going to find people there now. Anyhow, I believe that the moon already been colonized, but that's besides the point. But I think it'll be much more extravagant, much more expanded, and the moon and Mars will be colonized even greater. So anyhow, people will probably travel in these vehicles, right? I'll get you one right away. Linda says that she needs a robot maid, but that people will be traveling to wherever for vacation, and virtual reality. People will be living in space, like I predicted over the years, and they will be for at like resorts or whatever. But you'll also be able to go to in the form of virtual reality. So you'll be able to experience all the stuff through virtual reality and never leave the office or whatever. So it'll be just as real or even just as good and safer maybe probably than actually traveling to space or whatever. So it's going to be really interesting how things are going to work out in the future. And then 2028, they all, again, that I said I thought was pretty up there of his information concerning time travel. He says that the aliens, the contact is going to be official in 2008, alien contact. So they're going to be wandering throughout the earth or whatever as of our community in 2028, like formally, like in real time, and like not shape shifting, hiding, not like in Men in Black type of thing, right? And that's the other one, Men in Black. Oh my God, Men in Black is coming out. Men in Black #4 International, Men in Black International in June. So I believe June 17th, 18th, 19th. I don't remember, but anyhow, and that'll be interesting to watch as well. But it's going to be like that. These people, other galaxies, are gonna populate the Earth. So you may be getting pissed off because this culture or this heritage is not the or because they look different or whatever. But wait till these people come into the picture. You thought you were pissed off now because of this person or whatever. Wait till these other people come in. Oh my God! Then you're gonna really be pissed off. You're gonna be laughing then. Oh, okay. See how funny it is now. Okay, whatever. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. That's going to work out with cultures and other races and other from other galaxies and other planets, much less another country or whatever. So if you aren't over that, you better look real quick, because otherwise you're going to be having a real hard time. You thought the section was a bitch. Oh my God! You wait till you get to that. So anyhow, Men in Black is coming in June. That'll be interesting to watch. And then Bumblebee was a fun show to watch. Aquaman. Now Aquaman was better. Was going to be with Jason Momoa, Nicole Dolph Lundgren, Amber Heard. That was actually better than I know why, but I knew I wanted to watch it because of Aquaman. I happened to need water or something, I don't know, or something. But it was better than I thought it was going to be, and it was more interesting. Actually, actually it was more interesting than I thought it was going to be. So, and that's what this other guy from Time Travel said, that these people, there's going to be people living in the oceans, just like they're going to be living in space. They're going to have these incredible communities wherever else. I don't know where, but there's going to be communities all over all over the oceans, in all the oceans probably. So that's going to be exclusive. So anyhow, Aquaman was probably a good reference in terms of what those communities are going to look like, or how they're going to look like in some extent or another. So I think that's a really good movie to watch, and if you want to get an idea of something like that. So then now, you know, a lot of these movies that I've been watching, I've been on Netflix, and again, I gotta say this. Right now, you know, when I guess I get in better shape, I'm gonna get a subscription to Amazon Prime and watch Amazon Prime stuff, because Netflix it sucks. You know, they have movies for kids, for teenagers. Whoopee! What? These guys are all pedophiles that run this place? I don't know. Who knows? But it just gets really fucking old. I mean, really old. And to watch all these high school movies. What the fuck is wrong with these people? So anyhow, I watched last night On the Basis of Sex. What was a really good movie about a woman. Let me see. I gotta find her name. I gotta look this up right now, because this woman was a legend. She's a legend. I believe she's still alive, and she just, you know, she was just amazing. Just, you know, helped change policies, and she helped change law, all kinds of stuff in legislation, and just the things she done were. Her name is Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and her husband. I can't remember her husband's name. It doesn't say, but anyhow, they did a lot of groundwork to change a lot of policy and a lot of legislation in our system, to upgrade it and update it, literally, because it was all outdated, right? It was all written for mankind, not womankind or even kidkind, right? It was made for mankind, and so it was interesting to see. I don't know how accurate that movie was, but it just, you know, made you want to reach out and just say, hey, thank you, Ruth, thank you for your efforts, you know, to acknowledge it. So it was pretty interesting. The other movie that I started to watch, A Dog's Way Home. I still think I only got to about halfway, and you know, in this day and age. Now the thing about Redbox is that I got it from Redbox, and the thing about these movies, these DVDs, is they make them really cheap. That's what I think, and the companies make them really cheap, and they print them really cheap, and they hardly print them at all. So when you watch them, and there's been several movies that I've watched that are like this. You put them in your computer, you watch Star Wars, and all of a sudden they start cutting out, and they stall, and you can't watch. And some of them you can barely make it through, and you'll finally get through the movie, you know, after a few efforts. But this one, I couldn't even get through it, because it's, you know, because they barely print the movie into the disc, and then you can't hardly watch them because they're being so cheap. What the hell, man? You guys get with the program, right? So and it's kind of like a vinyl record. You know, the groove. There's all these grooves in the record, and if you listen to a vinyl record, a music from a vinyl record, wow, you can really hear the difference. But you can just hear just about every note that's being played in there. Just the sound quality is so much more incredible when you listen to a vinyl record. Well, it's kind of like that with these DVDs. they instead of the grooves being there, there's hardly any grooves at all. I mean, you can't even see the grooves at all, and that's because they're printing them cheap, so they won't ruin their machines or whatever. Oh, God forbid one little part gets out of whack because you don't print them deep enough. So, but if they print them deep, and even the older DVDs, I think, or CDs, you can see the grooves in them, but you can hardly even see the grooves because they're hardly printing them at all. And then when you put them in your player, it stalls out because the grooves aren't deep enough. Like, get your head out of your asses! What the hell, man? So anyhow, I didn't get to finish watching that movie, A Dog's Way Home. I still think it's a good movie. So far from what I've watched, it's been an interesting movie. And at the beginning, you know, the dog, Bella, Bella, really. So anyhow, that's the name of the little girl that in Pitch Perfect 2, I believe, one of the girls has a baby, and she can't. Oh no, Pitch Perfect 3. She can't go overseas with these other girls and sing because she's having a baby. So anyhow, she calls them during the middle of their tour. And she goes, I had my baby. And they go, oh, you can call her so and so. Oh, no, you can call her. But she goes, no, guys, I called her Bella. And they're all going, oh, they're all like all melting away. So, but anyhow, that was the dog's name as well. And she's a really cute dog, a puppy. I mean, it makes me want to go get a puppy. But anyhow, it was a cute puppy. She grows up, and then they have these people. They have this political warfare going on with the people across the street, and so the dog has to go somewhere else, and that's as far as I got. So anyhow, she's gonna be going on a journey and all this other stuff, and then finally coming home. But kind of there was a movie that was kind of like that. I can't remember the name of the movie, and I think it was like two dogs and a cat or something. I don't know. I think it was three animals. It wasn't just one. But she goes on this journey similar to that, and so it'll be interesting to see the rest of that. Now that movie would have been interesting to watch in the theater because you could see the landscape. I'm sure the landscape for that is like spectacular in the background. And I won't know till I get there. But if you watch that movie in the theater, oh my God, I know that there's going to be some landscape that's going to be just amazing in that movie. So, anyhow, those are the. Let me see, what else do I have? The Fifth Element. If you've never watched The Fifth Element with, and this is an older movie with Bruce Willis and Mila Jovovich, Chris Tucker, Gary Oldman from 1997. And you know, again, I got to say, when you watch the movies from the older periods, the 1990s, early 2000 year period, oh my God, it's it's just so much different quality. They seem to be more present in those movies. They seem to be more interesting, more animated. I mean, it's just like, yeah. And nowadays, especially a lot of these Netflix movies, which are just wannabe B movies, if even that, you know, you watch. I can barely even watch half a movie, and then I have to turn it off and go do something else and watch something else. But anyhow, The Fifth Element, that's another movie that has to do with being living in the future. I don't remember what time period that is, but you know, 2100, 2300, something like that. But that's an interesting movie. You see, and they're flying cars. They have the flying cars and all this stuff going on. Oh my God, that's just that's like the second time I've ever watched that movie, but it was still like just like watching it the first time. It's just really interesting stuff. Just again, the technology, the concepts involved, the content, and the acting, of course, is just a lot more interesting. Chris Tucker, oh my God, that guy's like that. So he's like really intense, right, in this movie. So anyhow, let me see what else. Burnt and that's a little bit older. 2015. Bradley Cooper, Sienna Miller, Daniel Bruhl. But if you like to cook, or you're a cook, or like get into the culinary arts, that's a good movie to watch. Bradley Cooper gets burnt from some restaurant that he worked at, and so finally he goes away, and then he comes back, and then he wants to start all over again, or maybe not all over, but he wants to get his third star, right? And that's like huge in the culinary arts, if you want to get your third star. And so he goes through all this political battle, but also battle with himself to really work on himself and get himself in the right direction. So that's really interesting. And then we have Dukes of Hazzard. Now this is I don't know if you ever watched the Duke of Hazzard from years and years ago, the television series. Oh my God, me and my cousins we used to get together and sit down and watch that every week. That was just like, that was just like a movie, one of those shows that just like really got you on the edge of your seat and really wanted to jump in there and ride in that car with those people, right? So one of those shows. So yeah, Duke of Hazzard with and this is the movie version. This is not the television version. Let me see. That was with Johnny Knoxville, Sean William Scott from what's the name of that show? Oh my God, what's American Pie, and then Johnny Knoxville from he does these other movies that are I can't remember what, but they're out of this world. It's more like a reality show type of thing. And then Jessica Simpson, Willie Nelson, Linda Carter from Wonder Woman. But this is the movie version, the 2005 movie version, and that's just a hoot just to watch if you want something just to watch that's not really intense but fun to watch. Arthur. You see Arthur with Russell Brand, Helen Mirren, Greta Gerwig, Jennifer Garner, Geraldine James, and Nick Nolte, 2011. That's a hoot, another hoot. If you want to watch and another movie to watch, that's really, and this is a really good part for Russell Brand. Oh my God. A lot of the parts, a lot of the stuff that he does is pretty funny. But and I think he used to be a musician at one time, and then went into movies or something. I can't remember, but anyhow, 2011, Arthur. If you want something that's not really intense and not really gory or stupid or whatever, that would be a good movie to watch. Just for the hell of it, right? Well, let me see, Arthur. The New Romantic. Now, that's a Netflix movie, and that's actually one of the few movies that I actually could hang with. And it's more of this girl, Jessica Barden, is in college, and it's let me see how to put this. She goes out with these guys, or actually with a guy, an older, wealthy guy, and it's like she's an escort, but without actually saying the word escort, and not without actually working for a company or a camper or something like that. But she runs into this woman, this other female who does something, does the same thing. She goes out with these older guys, and they give her gifts and rewards and money just for hanging out with them and having sex with them and so forth. And there's no contracts or agreements implied, but they just hang out and they have fun and they give this girl gifts. So anyhow, she turns Jessica Barden onto this concept, and so she does. She goes out with this one older guy. He's a billionaire, and then she, she finds out that these guys tend to be how would you say, controlling, dominating, and they're like little boys. They just want to have the way instead of growing up. They have all this money. They don't have to grow up, and so they have these kid toys, these college women that they play with, and that's how it is. So, but if they don't get their way, then they act like they just replace them with somebody else. It's just that easy, right? Because the money talks and bullshit walks, right? So so anyhow, she finally graduates from college, and they get into a scuff, this billionaire and this girl, and then she basically tells them to fuck off, and um and she moves on. She graduates, and then that's where it ends. So it's kind of interesting and that's what the new romantic is all about. Is dating is not like it used to be anymore. Dating is a whole different ballgame. With the internet the way it is, with technology the way it is, with people the way they make money, and not just men but women. Women are making a lot of money off the internet and all kinds of other places. So it's interesting to see how romance lies in the 21st century, if you want to call it that. Evolution. Now, evolution. Oh yeah, now I remember. With it's a little bit older movie, 2001, with David. I don't know why I can't say this guy's name. Duchovny. Dutch. I'm going to call him Dutch of me. All of that. That works. Why not? Julian Moore, Orlando Jones, Sean William Scott, Dan Aykroyd. It's a sci-fi movie, and it's actually a comedy. If you want some slapstick sci-fi, something to watch on that level, that's funny. And it's not Academy Award winning, but it's just funny to watch. Grab some popcorn, grab some soda or a drink, and just watch, have something to watch for the night. That's it. Something that's funny to watch. They have some kind of comet or meteor that comes and hits the Earth, and they discover it, and all this stuff starts to happen. All these creatures start to come around. Oh my God, there's some really funny stuff in there. So anyhow, I would recommend to watch it just for the hell of it if you want to. Now the one thumb up movies, Unicorn Store, about a unicorn with what's her name? Hang on, I'll find it. Time out. Oh, there it is. Brie Larson, Joan Cusack, Samuel L. Jackson. How now, one of the things that people don't know about unicorns, and I don't know where I found this or where I read this at, is that unicorns stand for the third wheel in a relationship. They have a couple, and then they usually have a third woman. Usually it's a female that comes in, and they do a threesome. So that's what a unicorn in actuality is on many levels in several different arenas. A unicorn is literally a third female in a threesome. It's what's it called? I can't remember. But anyhow, it's a threesome with the female being the wheel. So that's all. So anyhow, but this talked about this was actually about a real unicorn. Yeah, it was all right. It was kind of cheesy if you want to look at a unicorn. Okay, whatever. But and actually that's borderline being a pathetic movie instead of one thumb up. But it was interesting to see the unicorn itself and the way they portrayed it or put it in the movie. Let me see. Pineapple Express, that was about a boat. There's some laughs in there, interesting stuff. It kind of unfolds in an interesting way. But it's about taking a cruise and about some of the stuff, some of the drama that goes on the cruise ship. But it's a comedic type of drama, so it's interesting to watch. The Polka King, actually this is based on a true story about this polka guy who comes up with music and starts setting up these Ponzi schemes and asking people to invest, and all these people are investing in all his Ponzi schemes, and he finally gets busted and caught and ends up going to jail, and he almost gets killed in jail, and finally gets out of jail and or out of prison, and then starts all over again, starts his music again. So, but I don't know what he did, where he's at now, or what he's doing now, but yeah, it is what it is. Brampton's own, a baseball player. He's in the business, I can't remember I want to say shortly the small leagues, the minor leagues. That's what it is. He's in the minor leagues for 12 years, and is trying to get into the major leagues. And finally, he says, "Screw it." He doesn't get picked, and he goes home and tries to find himself. And then he gets another calling to go to another major league game, and then at the very last second, they pull him again, and then he goes home with his tail between his legs, and finally gets the message loud and clear. He needs to get his head out of his butt and get rid of it with himself. So, and because of that, he loses his high school sweetheart. I think it's high school sweetheart, and she moves on and is getting ready to marry some other guy, and then a bunch of stuff happens. So, that's one of those romance movies if you want to watch something like that. The Perfect Date. Now, this guy, let me see. It's kind of like the new romantic. Again, it's just like that almost. This guy, he's in high school, and instead of becoming an actual gigolo, which is borderline, he goes out on these dates with. He goes on a date with this woman, this female, and how it ends up happening is that a friend of his is gonna has to go out with his cousin, but he doesn't want to because he wants to go out with his girlfriend instead, and they're gonna have the whole place to themselves, and they're gonna have this big winging weekend with each other, but he doesn't want to go out with the cousin, so this guy says, well, I'll go out with him if you give me some money and let me borrow your car. So they agree, and so he does. He goes out with the cousin and takes the car, really nice car. I think it was a Corvette. I can't remember, but really nice car. So he takes off, and goes, I like that. So his buddy creates an app. Now get this, and this is how technology is. His buddy creates an app so he can start this business, online business of going out with women for dates, and not to necessarily have sex, just for dates. In terms of the kind of date they want. They want a cowboy, they want a businessman, they want the concert lead singer, whatever. But he bees whoever they want him to be, and then he goes on and gets paid all this money. So, and he wants to. What was it? Not Harvard. I can't remember. He wants to go to this top 10 school, or Yale. I believe it was Yale. And so he wants to make all his money so he can go to Yale University, right? So that's how he ends up making all his money. And then at the very end, something happens, and he gets real with himself, and then changes everything, and he ends up going to another school, local school instead. UConn University or something like that. I can't remember. But anyhow, where his mom or dad wants him to go. So that's where he ends up at. I think it's his mom. Anyhow, Southpaw, I think, is all actually a borderline between 2 thumbs up and 1 thumb up. It can almost be in the 1 and 2 thumbs up movie. This fighter gets in a brawl. He does this fight with this guy. I think it was lightweight. He fights this guy, and he wins, and then this other guy wants to fight him. You know, when you fight somebody, when you beat somebody up, you know, there's always somebody bigger. No matter who you are, where you go, what you do, no matter what arena you're in, no matter if it's physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, political, whatever, there's always somebody bigger, right? So anyhow, he beats this guy in the ring, and this other asshole wants to fight him, and I think he's from Colombia, Cuba, or something like that. I can't remember. So anyhow, they get in this brawl, and one of his buddies, he ends up killing his wife on accident. So he goes through all this drama with his daughter. They have a daughter, and of course, let me see what Southpaw, 2015 with Jake Gyllenhaal, and Rachel McAdams is his wife, and then Forrest Whitaker is the manager of one of the boxing schools in town. So he has to go to court, and all this happens. All this stuff happens, and he ends up having to go to anger management and all this other stuff. Whatever, you know what? And the girl gets up she gets put in boarding school or something like that, or some kind of social services housing, and so they get split up, and he has to do all this stuff in order to win the right to have her back in his life. And in the meantime, she's a pretty good little actress. She gets all pissed off, and because he's not being responsible, and he doesn't take her out of the school or out of the home, and so finally he starts training under Forrest Whitaker in his boxing school, and he has to man up, and he has to like be the janitor of the place, which is like way below his level, right? Well, excuse me, I have to swallow my pride in order to get my daughter back, but that's the way it goes. So anyhow, he ends up doing the do, and then getting into, and then he finally fights this Cuban guy in the ring, and man, that's one of those what you call it? What do I want to say? Back in the day when they had the other guy, what's his name, Rambo, fight in the ring. I can't even remember the name of that show, but anyhow, it's one of those type of movies. So again, it could probably be a two thumbs up movie, but I don't know, for whatever reason I put it in 1 thumb up. Band-Aid, this couple, they start creating songs out of their arguments. They get on, they've been married for a few years, and they get into all these arguments, and they sing these songs, put together these songs out of their arguments. It's almost okay, but it's cheesy, and so it's definitely not Academy Award winning stuff. And so The Trap, this guy, there's these two brothers. One works in a culinary, he's a culinary artist or chef, and he works in a really fancy restaurant, and then he goes back to California to help his brother out, and he's running this fast food chicken fried steak, or not chicken fried steak, but chicken fried restaurant, and he lets it run into the ground, and so his brother comes back and helps get it back up and going. Now he's also a dealer, right? He's selling pot, and this is the part that it's questionable, and it makes it kind of cheesy in a way. But he's selling pot, right, on the side to make extra money, and then the cops come, and so he throws the pot in the chicken fryer, right, and you know, he throws the whole bag in plastic and pot and all. And I would find I would find it hard to believe that the cops wouldn't be able to smell the pot burning in the fryer, and much less the plastic. And but it's slapstick comedy. It's funny. If you want to watch something that's slapstick and funny, just to get a laugh, I think it would be something to watch. But in the end, the mother who was one of the original owners of the restaurant, the fast food restaurant, gets sick. She has cancer, and so they have to make all this money to to pay for her treatment. So that they team up together and they sell. The chicken turns out to be a hit because of the pot, right, being burned in the fryer, right? So it tastes really really good. Oh my God! All these people are coming from everywhere to get chicken, right? They don't know why it's good, but it's good. So anyhow, it's funny, and they make a lot of money so they can pay for the treatment, and then everything gets resolved at the end, and the mom gets her treatment, and she's saved by the brothers coming together and working together. So, and then someone great. Oh, there's three. Oh my God, I'm not even gonna. If you want to go watch it, these three women, and I can't even believe Brittany Snow from Pitch Perfect is in this movie. But these three women, this one girl breaks up with this guy, blah 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 blah. Me, pathetic victim, victim, victim. Who wants to watch a movie all night long about being a victim and going back in the past and reliving all this shit? Oh my God, get over it already. Whatever, annoying. So, and Jonathan, now was interesting. That had an interesting concept. The plot was interesting, but it just got really lame at the end about this guy who, well, actually, it has to do with the concept of a walk-in, two souls sharing a body. But this is a different in that they show the body every day instead of part of the life. The first part of the life, one soul is operating in the body, and then something dramatic happens, and then the other soul takes over for the rest of the life. In this concept, the souls are or the consciousness, as they call it, are exchanging in the body every day, not just half of the lifetime and then the other half of the lifetime, but every day, 12 hours in, 12 hours out. So, and then towards the end, it just got really confusing in terms of how they ended. It was just annoying because to watch something like that be really really screwed up at the very end. So, or towards the end. So, Observe and Report, and that movie was again another Netflix special. How lame. It was 2018. Ansel Elgort, Suki Waterhouse, and Patricia Clarkson. And then Observe and Report with Seth Rogen, Ray Liotta, Michael Pena, Anna Faris. That was probably one of Seth Rogen's most pathetic movies he's ever done. And this wannabe security cop at this mall wants to be a hero just so he can win the girl, and then at the very end he ends up being a real idiot. It was stupid. It was lame. If you want to watch a lame cop movie, that would probably be something that you would want to watch on. Again, I believe that's another Netflix special as well. Again, most or all the Netflix specials have to do with either being high school kids or college kids maybe, or some, I don't know. Most of them are just really lame. Like there's a whole list of movies that I started watching on there, and then I never finished because because they're just so lame. I didn't even make it to my review, and they were so lame. That's fun. Anyhow, happy Earth Day. Um, you know, we're now officially into spring. So, the Uranus and Taurus thing is going to keep kicking in deeper and deeper. So, if you notice some patterns going on, arguing or something to do with Earth or a job, especially a job that has to do with working with your hands, something that's kind of negative or something like that. Yeah, you're going to want to look at it and then shift it and change it so that works and benefits you and is more helpful for you than not. So that's my recommendation. Meantime, have a God Goddess week. Be the love that you are, always have been, and always will be. Aloha.